Today, we're going to take a journey, and not just to some place on a map. We're going deep into the very soul of one of the world's most ancient, most sacred cities, Kashi, the City of Light. Our source material kicks things off with this incredible description, and it really sets the stage. You see, this tells us right away we're not just talking about old buildings or history lessons. No, Kashi, it's like it operates on a completely different timeline. It's a place where the word eternal isn't just an idea, it's something you can actually feel. So that really begs the question, right? What is it about this place that allows it to just transcend time? Is it the river? The faith? The philosophy? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Let's dive in. Okay, first up, we're getting right to the heart of this. The way our source describes Kashi, it's not just a physical city. It's more like a living, breathing body of consciousness. A place where that line we all draw between the physical world and the divine, it just dissolves. And the name itself is a huge clue. In Sanskrit, Kashi literally means the luminous one. And that's not just some pretty poetic name. It's talking about a real, tangible spiritual radiance, a kind of light that seekers have felt there for thousands and thousands of years. This leads to this really mind-blowing concept called a vimukta kshetra. Get this. It means that even when the entire cosmos dissolves at the end of a cycle of creation and destruction, Kashi remains. It's this eternally protected spiritual zone, always buzzing with a living divine energy, because it's never, ever abandoned by Lord Shiva. All right, now let's talk about the city's lifeline. And believe me, it is so much more than just a river. It's a main character in this story. You could even call it a flowing current of consciousness itself. So, in the Vedic tradition, the River Ganga isn't just H2O. She is considered a celestial being, a divine mother. The story goes, she came down from the heavens to earth to help wash away our limitations and offer us a path to liberation. The very flow of the water is seen as the flow of pure wisdom. So you see, taking a dip in the Ganga isn't really about getting physically clean. It's a spiritual act. It's an act of surrender. Just try to picture it. You're standing on the ghats as the sun comes up. You can hear mantras in the air. You see that incredible saffron light on the water. Our source says in that moment, it feels like the entire universe is right there meditating with you. Just incredible. And all this diversity of experience, you can feel it in the ghats themselves. Kashi has over 80 of these huge stone stairways leading down to the river, and each one has its own completely unique vibe. You've got Dashwashmed, which is just buzzing with secret rituals and spectacle. Then there's Manakarnika, the famous cremation ghat, a place not of sadness, but of profound release from the cycle of rebirth. And then you have a place like Asigat, which is much more quiet and contemplative, where students and saints often gather. Okay, so we've talked about the river. Now let's get to the spiritual core of the city, the omnipresent energy of Lord Shiva, the eternal yogi. Kashi is considered Shiva's home on earth. He is the Aj Yogi. That means the first yogi, the original teacher, the source of all cosmic knowledge. And they say you can feel his vibration in every single stone, in every chant. It's this deep, deep stillness, an awareness that time just can't touch. And this all leads to this really unique philosophy that defines the city, the yoga of life. The basic idea is that spirituality isn't something you just do for an hour in a temple. In Kashi, it's how you live. It's in every single breath, every single moment. And this is what it looks like in practice. The priest chanting at dawn, a musician lost in his sitar, a sadhu meditating quietly under a tree. Even the boatman just doing his job, guiding people on the river. Each and every one of these actions is seen as an expression of the divine. It is a form of living yoga. This whole philosophy is captured perfectly in this ancient Vedic saying, all that exists is divine. Think about that for a second. It's this profound idea that there's no real separation between you, the world around you, and the cosmic consciousness. It's all one interconnected flow. Okay, so how does all of this come together? Let's look at the peak spiritual experiences you can have in Kashi by exploring both its ancient wisdom and this absolutely mesmerizing daily ritual. At the very heart of Kashi is what's called Sanatan Dharma, which basically means the eternal way of living. And if you look at its core teachings, they're universal principles we can all understand: nonviolence, truthfulness, meditation, and selfless service. The source is really clear on this. This isn't about religion in some narrow sense, but about having a direct experience of consciousness.
And that experience, well, it finds its most spectacular expression every single evening. As dusk settles over the river, the Ganga Aarti begins. It is an absolute explosion for the senses, an ocean of fire, sound, and pure, unadulterated devotion. The ritual builds and builds in this powerful crescendo. First, you hear the deep, resonant sound of conch shells echoing across the water. Then you see the priests all moving together perfectly in sync with these huge tiered lamps, bells, and incense. And then the finale. Thousands and thousands of small oil lamps are offered to Mother Ganga, creating this breathtaking sea of floating light. For anyone who witnesses it, the experience is often totally transformative. Our source puts it beautifully with this quote here. It's a moment of complete surrender where the observer and the observed just merge. You're not just a spectator seeing the light anymore. You feel like you become part of the light. So, what does all of this mean for us today? In this final section, let's bring it all home. Let's shift the focus from the external city to the internal experience of the modern seeker. You know, our world is so fast-paced, so noisy, right? Kashi offers this powerful counterpoint, stillness. But, and this is the key, it's not about escaping from life. Instead, it teaches a deeper, more profound engagement with life, a chance to find the silence within the chaos. And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. The physical journey to the city on the banks of the Ganga is really just the catalyst. The true pilgrimage is the one you take inward, to discover that same eternal light and stillness within yourself. And we'll end with this final thought from our source, which just perfectly sums everything up. The idea is that the sacredness, the light, the eternal consciousness that Kashi represents, it isn't something external you have to go find. It's a fundamental truth about yourself that you simply need to remember.